Hi everyone. Do you remember these embellishments that I received for the embellishment challenge? I received this gorgeous card from Helen Tucker, and Helen included some die cuts. She'd made these with alcohol inks, and they're just absolutely beautiful, and I've decided that I'm going to do something similar to the card that Helen has made. I haven't got the tools to be able to do this kind of design that she's done here, but I'm going to do something much more simplified. So I'm going to use a few of the parts here. I'm going to use these, the butterfly, the vase and the stem. I'm going to save those for another project. I just absolutely love that feather there, so I need to sort of have a think. I shall put those, I think, into my embellishment box. So as I say, I'm going to do something with those there, and then do you remember Beth? This was one of the last entries from Beth Salter. She sent me this fabulous selection of die cuts. I mean, these are just absolutely gorgeous, and I've been I keep picking these up and putting them down, thinking, how can I incorporate them into a journal page? You know, how can I use them? And I think I'm just going to make a couple of simple cards. Again, she sent these gorgeous painty papers. I'd love to know, Beth, if you watch this, what did you use to paint these cards? They feel really chalky. Did you do them on a jelly plate? I'd love to know, because I love the colours and I just love the feel, the texture. So I'm going to dig a few pieces out. I'm going to try and incorporate some of these borders as well, and then I'll be back. So I'm working on the bits that Helen gave me first, and I've measured, I've sort of played around. I want my pieces to go on this piece of mixed media paper here, and so I've cut a piece of card that will house the vase, the stem and the butterfly. So it's going to go something like that, and I shall glue those on. I just want to keep this really simple, and then I'll have some kind of quote that I'll have a fiddle around with later. But before I glue those down, I've cut then another piece of mixed media card that's just a little bit bigger, because I want to mount things in a similar way to how Helen has done it here. And then those will go on this flip up card that I've cut here, again just a little bit larger. So I've added some of the red, really strong double-sided sticky tape here. So I am going to glue this down. I'm going to go off camera and do this because I need to get close and concentrate to make sure that I position them correctly. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll glue these bits down and decide whether I want to add some kind of border or not. And here we are. I've finished the card using the bits and pieces that Helen sent me, and I just love how that's turned out. I've tried to sort of copy a similar layout to what Helen did, because that's just so simple and beautiful. And I've just used some of the Tim Holtz Chit Chat words, a beautiful journey. And then I presume that Helen has used some kind of die cut to do this effect here. And of course I haven't got that, so I just used my graphic line marker in 0.05 to do some very fine lines on the backdrop, and I just love how that's turned out. I don't think I could ever bring myself to send these as cards, just because, you know, they're sentimental to me. So I might even get these mounted, because I just think they make a lovely pair. So right, I'm going to play with the bits and pieces that Beth sent me. So I'm going to have a look through this and try and decide what I'm going to use, and then I'll be back. Now I've picked out two of Beth's embellishments, and I'm going to mount them on the cards that Beth sent as well, and I'm going to do a similar thing to what I did with Helen's. I'm going to layer again. I've cut out another piece of white card, ever so slightly larger than this piece, and then another card, and I'm going to mount it. Now I don't like things suspended in thin air, you know I don't. I've got a bit of a think about it. So I've got a piece of this strip left over from another project, so I'm going to mount him like that, ground him, and then I've got this little quote here, tweet, that was from one of the Dina Wakley sets, and so I shall glue that on. So that's that one there. And then I'm going to do a very similar thing with the snail. Again, with the leftover piece of this strip, I'm going to ground my snail. That looks like a piece of road, doesn't it? And then I've just printed out a quote on the internet. Am I in camera? Yes, I am. And I'm just going to add snail mail to that. And again, I've cut some pieces to mount it on. So I'm going to go off camera now and glue these down, and as soon as I've done that, I'll come back and show you what I've ended up with. And here we are. Here's my finished cards with the die cuts that Beth sent me. I just think these are adorable. Don't they just look so cute? I'm holding the cards down with a piece of blue tack at the moment because they kept wanting to ping up, and I don't know whether you can tell, I've used a bit of glossy accents for the bird's eyes, so I need to hold that still and make sure I don't sort of end up dropping anything on it. But I'm absolutely thrilled to bits with those. I just think they're lovely. Now, I've got a confession. I've bought some of the Tim Holtz Distress Oxides, and I'm going to have a go at making, or trying to make, some similar backgrounds with my Distress Oxides, as Beth has done with the backgrounds here, just so that I can use some more of these die cuts. I just think these are just stunning. I just think they're so much fun. I didn't end up using any of the borders in the end. I just think it just took away from everything. It made it too busy, and it just didn't quite work on this small project here. So I've just stuck with the black and white strip, but 3 gorgeous cards. I'm going to give you some close-ups in a minute, but I hope you like what I've done with those. So please give me a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comments below, and take care everyone. I'll see you all again soon, and thanks ladies, thanks ever so much for all these wonderful things that you sent me for the embellishment challenge. I'm thoroughly enjoying using them and really appreciate that you sent them to me in the first place. Anyway, bye for now.